17, met you in the parking lot. After class, said you liked my polka dots. Pick me up every day after that. We were attached at the hip or something like that. Time flies, now you're on the East Coast. Missing my best friend more than anybody knows. See your face, maybe at the holidays. Thinking back, things were pretty great. Missed your call again, it's a 2-hour.
Hi everyone, I'm here today with a get ready with me video for this look right here. I wanted to do something very fall-esque and fall-winterish, which usually entails bronzy, golden colors, and dark lips for me. That is just like the epitome of fall, is like those warmer goldeny bronze on the eyes and then a darker lip. So I have actually just been loving and falling in love again with my Naked palette, which I haven't used in so long. If you do makeup videos or if you are a makeup lover, you get so many new eyeshadows and palettes that you kind of forget about some of the ones that you really loved. So the past, I don't know, week and a half, I have been just using the Urban Decay Naked palette non-stop and have been basically doing this eye look here, and I've really loved it. As you can tell, it's a well-loved palette. There's quite a few that I have hit pan or I'm close to hitting pan on. So the main colors I used in this one are these warmer tones, Half Baked, Smog, and Dark Horse. And I just love this palette and thought I would do a little bit of a throwback to an older palette that I think a lot of us really love. So I came up with a bronzy golden eye, and then I paired it with a darker, it's like, I don't know, it's kind of brown, it's dark, but I thought it was really appropriate for the fall winter time. And the lip color is a little bit of ColourPop's Lumiere and MAC Whirl mixed with the ColourPop Ultra Matte Lip in Teeny Tiny, which I saw somebody on Instagram wearing this and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have that color, why am I not wearing it? And it's beautiful. It's gonna look a little bit different on everybody because it looks much darker on me than it does on the picture that I saw, and I can't remember whose it is. And even on my lips, like here is the lip color. I feel like it looks lighter on in here than it does on the lips. I don't think that the lip liner really did much because it was a much lighter lip liner and this still dried pretty dark. So I really like these. They are a little bit drying, but they do last all day. They don't wear off in funny, weird places. But anyways, if you guys want to see how I created this look, then just stay tuned. All right, guys, we are taking it old school with the Urban Decay Naked palette. And I am using a lot of brushes from the Silk Pro Kit from Royal and Langnickel. I'm loving this whole brush roll. So I started off with Naked from the Urban Decay Naked palette, and I'm just blending that into the crease and giving it a nice diffused, even look. And this, again, is in the brush roll that comes with the Silk Pro brush kit from Royal and Langnickel. Here's another brush from that same kit, and this is in the color Buck, and I'm just tracing that into the crease, kind of defining it and carving it out a little bit more. I really love this brush because I feel like it just applies the color into the crease so easily, and then you go in with a little bit of a fluffier brush to really blend it out. If you want a really defined cut crease, this is definitely your brush. It just applies the product so nicely into the exact place that you want it, which I really like. And I'm going in with the fluffy brush, and this brush was just a little too fluffy, so I did reach for a different brush that is not from this brush roll kit to blend it out a little bit better, because this one was just a little bit too fluffy to blend that color out as much as I wanted to. Then I'm going in with the Urban Decay Naked Basics, and this is their concealer brush, but I really like it for applying the brow bone highlight, and I used Walk of Shame, and I always forget the other color. It's the two colors in that palette, and blending those out again. The Walk of Shame and the other light color in the Urban Decay Naked Basics are like my favorite brow bone color. And I'm just going back and forth blending the two just to give kind of a nice transition look, and applying a little bit more of the brow bone and then blending it again. Next, this is a Tom Ford Cream Shadow in Spice. This color gives me life. If you have not picked this up, you need to. Their cream shadows are my favorite out of any cream shadow ever made. And I'm blending that onto the lid using my finger and then going in with Smog. I love this color. This is also not in the Silk Brush Roll kit because they didn't have anything quite like this, and I needed something a little bit tightly packed and easier to apply some of these more
flaky shadows. So I'm applying Smog all over the lid and up into the crease a little bit, and just packing on the color on top of the spice. The thing I love about that cream base is it doesn't make your eyelids like really crinkly, which I appreciate because for some reason I don't have super smooth eyelids, which is why I like that cream color base so much. Next, I'm going to go in with a little bit of Half Baked from that same palette, and I used a little bit of Fix Plus to wet it, and I'm applying it to the center of the lid and then fanning it to the inner and outer corner. Applying Fix Plus gives it a little bit more of a metallic foiled look and just kind of makes it pop a little bit more. I don't know if you hear the train, but there's definitely a train going by. They've been coming by all day today. Then I'm applying a little bit more of Smog right into that inner corner and just deepening that up because I wanted it more of a halo effect rather than the gold all over the lid. Now in person you can kind of tell the difference a little bit more. Going back in with some Buck from the Naked palette and that same brush we used to apply it from the beginning, just kind of blending out along the edges and cleaning up any of the color Smog that we applied in the crease. And a little bit more of Naked. This is the brush that I used that's a little bit more densely packed, and I just wanted to blend a little bit easier, and sometimes if it's too fluffy or too stiff, it either does not blend enough or it blends too much. Next, going in with Dark Horse and deepening up that outer third of the lid a little bit. I'm just patting it with little tiny patting strokes, and this brush is from that Royal and Langnickel Silk Pro Kit. And back in with Foxy, that's what it is, Foxy and Walk of Shame. I'm putting that on the inner corner of my eye, brightening that up a little bit. I have pretty big eyes, and I feel like the inner corner part along the bridge of my nose right there on the inner part can get a little bit dark, so I like to brighten it up so that it makes my eyes pop more rather than kind of sink in. And taking a little bit of the bright shimmery shade and topping that off in the inner corner. The Urban Decay Naked Basics palette is like a must-have. I have almost hit pan on, I think it's Booty Call, which is the shimmery shade, and I have hit pan on the other two. Going in with an Ardency in Gold liner, I'm just tracing the lower lash line, not the waterline, just along the lower lash line to give it a nice pop of gold. And then I'm going to go in with Smog, and then a little bit of Dark Horse on the outer corner, then go in with Smog, and then go in with Half Baked, and kind of do the same thing that we did on the upper lid, we're going to do on the lower lash line. So Dark Horse on the outside, Smog in the middle, Half Baked on the inner corner of your eye. And I love this brush. This one again is from the Royal Langnickel Silk Pro Kit. This brush is so perfect for applying color to your lower lash line because it's tiny, but it's dense enough to apply the product, but fluffy enough to be able to blend it out too, which I really like. So this is a little bit of Half Baked and a little bit of Virgin. So that's a little bit brighter on the inner corner. And then I'm going to use the MAC Chromographic or the Chrome Black liner that I almost always use. This is a angle brush from the Silk Pro Kit, and I'm just doing a very simple line. No wing, just a nice line on the upper lash line. Going in with the Sunkissed bronzer from ColourPop and the NARS Ita brush, I'm bronzing up my face a little bit, doing a little bit of contouring, chiseling out those cheekbones. I am in love with the NARS Ita brush. Mine obviously really needs to be cleaned. So I'm going to do the cheekbones and then up along the hairline just to kind of sculpt out my face a little bit and give a little bit of definition and warmth to my skin because it is very, very pale nowadays. But that's okay. I'm all right with that. For the blush, I'm going to go in with a combination that I have been absolutely loving lately, and this is Margin from MAC. I'm loving Margin. I thought I did a different blush combination, but I guess I just put a little bit of Margin and then I go in with a little bit of Melba on top. But Margin is beautiful. It has a really pretty sheen to it. It's a nice peachy pink color and it gives a nice glow to the cheeks. If you do not like shimmer, you will not like it. I actually think this is Mocha. I mixed a little bit of Mocha with it. So Mocha and Margin, and you get a really pretty peachy pink, mauve, glowy cheek. And this is the powder brush from the Royal and Langnickel collection, which I love it for applying blush. And then I go always and kind of blend out my blush and a little bit of the Josie Maran Argan a luminizer in the pressed version with a MAC highlighting brush, which is like my favorite brush to do any highlight work. So putting that on my cheekbones, the tip of my nose, and on my Cupid's bow. And then we're gonna start with, I think, going to some mascara. The Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, my favorite. I love this stuff. It is one of my holy grail mascaras. I have gone through many of them. And on to lips. This is Contempo from ColourPop, one of my favorite lip liners right now. I'm going to line and fill in my lips, and then I'm going to go in with their new Ultra Matte Lip Stain in Teeny Tiny, which is amazing. And it's a really pretty kind of mauvey brown. It definitely pulls more brown on me than I expected it to, but it's absolutely beautiful on the lips. As you can see, it's kind of that mauve rose brown color. I like pairing it with a pinker lip liner so it doesn't show up too brown on me. And that is the finished look.
17, met you in the parking lot after class, said you liked my polka dots, pick me up every day after that, we were attached at the hip or something like that. Time flies, now you're on the East Coast, missing my best friend more than anybody knows. See your face, maybe at the holidays, thinking back, things were pretty great. Missed your call again, it's a 2 hour